Week 1, day 4. Right, we're back at it today after yesterday's reasonably lengthy tour around t4s. So well done if you got through the entire length of over 40 odd minutes, I think, of me talking. So, yes, congratulations if you managed to take that all in and absorb it. If not, it's always a good thing to be able to go back and get yourself a cup of coffee, or I can just switch me gadgets off, and a glass of wine or whatever, and listen to me spout on as I take you around it. However, today what we are going to do is add an opt-in form for collecting email addresses and get them added to your email list. We're going to use MailChimp. It's a very popular platform. It's not the only one out there, so I picked that because it's one that is obviously supported by T4s, and it's one that most people tend to use. So that's what we're going to do, and as always I'm going to take you through the page on the screen here, which is part of the bootcamp, so we do it in the same order. So just defining a couple of terms, because all these things have different ways of referring to them. An email list is a list of email addresses that you use to send out emails to, simple as that. An email opt-in form is the form that visitors fill in, and then will be added to your email list. And a lead magnet, which we're going to talk about. A lead magnet is literally a magnet for a lead being the person opting into your email list. And typically these are PDF documents. You know, just fill in this form, I'll add you to my email list and send you a copy of my blah 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 PDF, whatever that might be. But actually a lead magnet can be anything. It can be a 3 hours consultancy, it could be a checklist, it could be access to a website, it could be access to one of your courses, it can literally be, it can be a physical product you send out to them. Can be anything, and in fact you could have more than one, but for the sake of simplicity I'm going to assume we're talking about a PDF document. The PDF document itself, make it usable, make it quick to use, so it's not a lengthy tome. Make it something which is around benefits and achieving, so that when they use it, they do it, they feel accomplishment with you, and they're going to be looking for what you do next. Make it interesting. Basically don't make it a long boring thing, because it just won't convert. You're looking for something which, if their journey is from A to Z in what they want to achieve, Z being the ultimate goal, your lead magnet will take it from A to B or A to C, or whatever you want to do it. So they associate you with quick progress, with benefits, and then they'll come back to you and say, okay, what's next? Take me from B to G, and then G to J, and so on. That lead magnet, that's that first step of your sales value ladder. Okay, so that's a lead magnet. How do you create your lead magnet? Your lead magnet can be anything, any format. These days, if you've got Word, you can save as PDF. There are free online converters from any format pretty much to a PDF. But a very popular one is what I'll show you here, which is Canva. Canva is free to join. It has paid for limits, options, but the free version is probably going to be enough to get you going. Here I am in Canva, and it's very similar to T4s actually. If you want to edit something, you can click on a word and I don't know, boom, whatever, and you can add images and all the rest of it, and then you can export as a PDF. So canva.com, give it a go. It's one option that you have if you're struggling to know how to create a good looking and easily updated PDF document. Right, that's Canva. What I would do is, no, we'll come back to that later. So that's Canva. Let's go back. Second step, you want a email list provider. So email list provider, email platform, email SaaS, it's software as a service. Call them what you like, they're called different things, but MailChimp is one you may have heard of, and that's the one we're going to use as an example. So I'm logged in here into a free account for MailChimp because it's free up to a certain limit, and I've got nothing in here at all. It's just a test account. So first thing I want to do in here is, let me just make sure I'm going through with the document. Okay, yeah, so what I'm going to talk about here is, before we create our audiences, I'm going to look at the API key. The API key is a secret key that we use like in Stripe, where we link T4s to Stripe. What we're going to do here is link T4s to MailChimp, and we do that with a secret key, API key, password, phrase, call it what you will, but MailChimp calls them API keys. You'll need that to link T4s to MailChimp. So in MailChimp, you go to this top menu up here, choose account, under extras you choose API keys. If you haven't got any, and I've got here because I've been playing around with them, you just create a key and it will add one to the screen. And in my case, it will add a fifth one to the screen. Your API key is that there. Click on it with it's highlighted and copy it. Don't try and remember it, or just leave this tab open for later on, because we're going to use the API key when we set up our opt-in form on T4s to link to MailChimp. Okay. Right, that's it for now. We'll come back to the email list on MailChimp when we get to that point. Right, create your thank you page. Now you can do this however you want. At the moment you've got a two-step funnel, buy and thank you. We can insert an opt-in form on the thank you page. So they opt in after they've bought whatever you're selling, and then we can have a third thank you page after they've opted in. We could replace what's on the first page, which is the buying button, with an opt-in form. Normally that would be the way you'd do it. You'd have an opt-in form followed by the buy once they've received their email with some juicy bonus or their lead magnet, and then the thank you page. That would be extending it to a three-step funnel: opt-in, buy, and thank you. But you could have buy, opt-in, thank you. It all depends on how your project, your business is intended to flow, as to whether you want to value their email address as more important than a maybe buy thing, or actually do you want them as a customer confirmed that they spent money before you add them to an opt-in email list. That email list could be for only people who have bought something, for example, right, as opposed to people you are trying to sell things to. So you can do it however you want. So when I talk about using your first page and your thank you page, don't get too stressed about it. If you want to create a third page before your payment page, or one in between the middle after your buy, put one in the middle there, add the opt-in form to your current thank you page, and add a third thank you page, third page as a final thank you. Entirely up to you. The main thing here is that you work out and learn how to add an opt-in form and link it to MailChimp. Hope that made sense. Right. At this point, let's have a look at what we've got. So we've got in our funnel that I'm using here 2 pages. We've got a payment page as a welcome page and a thank you page. What I'm going to do, just for my own benefit, is add an opt-in form to the thank you page, I think. So they buy, and then I want to add them to an email list for people who have bought something, as, let's say, a support email list, because they're buying consultancy, and I want an email list of people who have bought consultancy that I can support, but also I can drop in the odd upsell perhaps for another hour's consultancy or whatever. So I'm going to add a second page. So I'm going to edit my thank you page to become an opt-in page, and then have a final thank you page. So let me just rename that, as we know how to do that. So I'm going to have an opt-in page. We'll call that opt-in. Okay, and then I'm going to add a new one here called thank you. Thank you. Let me quickly show you on the welcome page where I'd linked to the thank you page beforehand. Do you remember this button here where we set up what we were selling? We said what happens next. You can see here that it's changed to reflect what I've renamed that page to, so you don't have to go back and constantly double check things. And that's exactly what I want. They buy an hour's consultancy and it redirects them to my opt-in page. Okay, let's cancel out and go back. I'm going to quickly look at my thank you, what my previous thank you page said, because it's now my opt-in page, and I'm just going to quickly edit the content so it reflects what I'm now doing. Thank you. I've been notified in 24 hours. Can't wait. Can't wait. So that I can support you after our call. Please add yourself to our private exclusive email list. Yeah, we'll come on to copywriting, but buzzwords, power words like private and exclusive always work well. So I'll do that as a call to action. And I'll get rid of Simon. So that's going to be the page where I'm going to put my opt-in form on, and then my final thank you page, which I can now go in and edit, I'll quickly update to look like a final thank you page. Thank you again. I've already said I'll be in touch, so it's just a reminder. I'll be in touch with you shortly. But you can always email me at simon@t4s.site. And while we're here, just as an aside, simon@t4s.site, I want to make that a hyperlink to my email address. So I'll highlight the text and I'll click on hyperlink up the top here. Hyperlink can be http://www. wherever you want to go.com. It could be a hyperlink to an existing page, or in fact it could be an email address. So I'll tick that there, and it prompts me there with a mail to : that tells the browser to send an email. If they click on it, it'll open up Gmail or their email client or whatever and let them send an email to me. So I'll just put in my email address there, boom, and that will send an email address to them. Now, for me personally, I like to underline hyperlinks because then it shows it's a hyperlink, and change the colour. So let's make that green. And I'll underline the space. Didn't want that. There we go. Sorry, just an aside, but worth mentioning. Okay, so that's our flow done. We've got our buy page. I've got my prompt to join an email list, and then a final thank you. So I'm all set now to add my email opt-in form. So open up your page where you want to do, and we're going to add it on. Now what we want to do here is add an email opt-in element, which we do via this. Let's just go to the page. Click on the big plus and email opt-in. Boom. And I can drag it down just like any element like that. Now I can now edit this element. Forgetting the bit at the top for a second, I can then, if I want to make it something like that, I can give it a background color. Let's give it a background color of dark blue. Add some space at the top. Bottom, space at the left, space at the right. Just showing this just to reinforce that we can do this sort of thing. Corner radius. Is that a nice little corner radius? That looks nice. Okay, we've got a style. I'll come back to the button in a second. We've got to do two things. One is link to your email service, and then what happens next. Click on link to your email service. It will ask you, first of all, for the platform, so MailChimp, and the API key. We can now go back to MailChimp where we were before, highlight the API key, copy it, and paste. Boom. Right, and then click next. That will go off to MailChimp, and it will say select an email list. I haven't got one yet, so I'm actually going to cancel out of here, go back to MailChimp, and go to audience in terms of what MailChimp calls its email lists, and we're going to create an audience. Audience name is consultancy email list from me. Short reminder, you signed in from my consultancy offer web page. My company information, which you set up when you go into MailChimp. MailChimp can enable double opt-in. Double opt-in is where somebody gets a confirmation email that says, yes, that was me, I want to join the list, which is good. It's one way to handle GDPR, if you've heard of GDPR. You don't have to do double opt-in for GDPR, to be clear. GDPR is about ensuring you do things the right way, and it doesn't necessarily mean via double opt-in. It's a good way, but it's not the only way. Because you can also say clearly on your page what you're using the email for, how long it will be stored for, the purpose, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to leave that unticked for the time being and click on save. Okay, I have a brand new audience. Let's go back to T4S and let's click on link to your email service again. It's got my API key, click on next, and boom, my one and only email list is provided there. Simple as that. And I click on select. Boom, all opt-in forms on this page, this one page, in this funnel are now linked to the consultancy email list. Easy. What happens next? Step 2. Where will they go after filling in and clicking the button? Well, if you just put a message in, it will just pop up with a message, thank you for subscribing, something like that. However, I want to go to my final thank you page. And I want to tick this here, which is a MailChimp specific option, add subscribers without needing to confirm. I don't want them to get that confirmatory email. Okay, I'm going to save. One of the reasons is I might want to set up on MailChimp a welcome email so that when they join the email list, if they don't have the double opt-in, they get added and they get sent an email from MailChimp, which I might want to do as a welcome to the list or something like that. Okay. The last thing I want to do here is just click on the button. Whoop, come on, mouse. Add me to the list. I just want to style this, so let's make this let's just stay with the blues and border color. Yeah, that looks nice. Tick that so the button gets pushed in when they click it. I like that, and that's it. What else might I want to do? Actually, on design for the button here, I'll go down to the bottom here and I'll choose a white arrow and just make that button a bit bigger. Perfect. Looks good. I like that. While I'm here, we are going to talk about mobile views on the first day of week 2, but I'm just going to flick across here to show you the tablet view, and you can see here that actually while I'm on tablet I want that width to be a bit bigger. I actually want those corner radius as well, thank you. And I'll switch to mobile view, same thing here, let's just get that nice and wide, make use of the overall, and we'll set a little corner radius. The button, you don't want a mobile, something big to click on, that's fine. You could do something like that, for example, as well. Up to you. Let's make it nice and wide. Other than that, I'm happy with that. That's good. That'll do. And save. So where are we on here? We've done all that. We've had our MailChimp. We've chosen our list. And we've done all that. So we're up to date. That's good. So we've now got our opt-in form on the page, linked to MailChimp. It's going to go to the next page once it's got their information. Job done. Right. That's fine. However, what we'd like to do is make them an offer. So let me explain. I'm going to go on here, click on here, when you've added yourself to the list, I'll give you a bonus checklist you can use immediately for our call. Yeah, it can be anything. This is just an example, but it's basically something where it gives them an incentive to opt in, and I also want to show you how you can then give people a download for after opting in. So, sign up to my list, here it is. With your email provider, you could, like in MailChimp, send out a welcome email which will have that document attached to the email. I quite like giving them an immediate download as well, so they haven't got to go and check their email. They stay in the funnel and they keep on going. So for that reason, I want to show you how we can add a download button for a PDF. You could also use it in a million other scenarios where you want a button to download a document or whatever, part of a course or whatever it is you want to do. So let me just make that bold. Yeah, that's cool. Tell them what they're going to get. So, downloading the lead magnet. Come out of the editor and onto our final thank you page, where you're going to put this final download button on there. First thing you want to do is upload the lead magnet to t4s. So I'm just going to go over to here and find, save to folder, make a copy. How do I download? Right, download, as PDF print. Very nice, thank you very much. Oh, it's got a premium image in it. Okay, let me create a brand new design very quickly. I'll fast forward this while I just do a quickly PDF, and we can go from there. So let's do a A4 document. I'm going to go to text. I want to use text. Let's do another bit of text. Boom. Canva's great. Look at that. Super. I'm not going to edit the content. We're just going to leave it like that just for now. New designs. Download. This time it hasn't got a premium image in it, so I can download it for free. And there we have it. Boom. I was going to stick that on my desktop. I'm going to call that my lead magnet. Okay, so I've got a PDF document. Yours would obviously not be quite as simple as that, but it's for the sake of argument and the sake of demonstration, that will do the job nicely. Right, so upload your lead magnet to t4s. Very simple. Let's go to our final thank you page, so we're in the right page. And we want to upload it, so we want our media manager, which you can do the funnel manager, or we can click on images and media here. And then we want to upload. Open the file browser, go to my desktop, my lead magnet, boom. Uploads it, turns green, finish uploading, thank you very much, and it will appear in documents. There's our PDF. Right, so it's ready to use. So I can close that. We've uploaded it, it's stored. Let's go back here. We've uploaded. Yep, done all that. Thank you very much. Right, last thing is we want to put that on our page. Right, click on the PDF is stored. Add a button to download the PDF. Add a new page editor to your page. This time choose the button option. So let's go ahead and do that. Boom. All right, click on there. Rename it to download. Let's put a nice little image at the front. White download. Looks good. Let's change use our quick style here to that one. That will do. And then how do we do it? How do we link to it? We just click on here, link to a page or download. Boom. And because it's a document, it's not a page, it's under this one here. There's my lead magnet.pdf. Click on that. Done. Save. Easy peasy. That's it. And that's it. So let's preview it. Let's go back to our welcome page. Actually, I'm not going to go through the buying process. Let's assume I bought that 1 hour thing because you did that on Tuesday or whenever you started day 2. And let's preview it at this point. Okay, preview and our live page. So put in the details, SimonRichards.com. Boom, add me to the list. Adds me to the list on MailChimp. Takes me to the thank you page. Click on the download. There's my PDF, which I can then save to the computer or whatever I want to do. Older browsers tend to download the PDF. More modern browsers tend to show it on the screen. It's just the way that browsers are configured. But that's it. That's it. Give it a go.